What's going on, everyone? It's Justin here, and this is a video of the VIVO X300 Ultra. I brought it here to New York to be able to capture some of my favorite architectural spots and see what this pair of 200 megapixel cameras is able to do. This phone is really about focal length, and the Ultra models really represent taking every single camera that you could possibly have in a smartphone and putting the craziest sensor, offering a big accessory package and allowing you to see what smartphones are really capable of. They come in at a premium price point and are only available in some regions, but in the past few years, we have seen Oppo, Xiaomi, Vivo, and many more brands take place in a fight to make the ultimate smartphone camera to heights that, just seem crazy at this point. I'm just gonna get right to it. The VIVO X300 Ultra is a phone that has a pretty big camera element, and it features a 200 megapixel main camera, 200 megapixel periscope camera, 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera, and 50 megapixel front-facing camera, and it checks off every single possible box that you could imagine when it comes to smartphone specs in 2026. In fact, I would almost say that even for the power user, you may not use what this phone is able to offer, especially with the 200 and 400 millimeter equivalent Zeiss lens kit that you can add to this that effectively gives the device one of the most versatile and far zoom ranges that you could ever imagine. And in this case, we're just going to be testing what is built in to the smartphone itself. So let's just go ahead and get started. So the main camera on the VIVO X300 Ultra is a 200 megapixel Sony Leitia 901 sensor that is 1 and 1.12 inches. It is an f1.9 aperture, and this is the camera that kind of leads the charge. And even on its own, without some of the other zoom cameras, 200 megapixel effectively gives you multiple times of zoom to be able to take one main photo on the 35 millimeter focal length and crop it all the way in. When you're in New York City, there's so much architecture to be able to enjoy. We were able to take pictures of some of the landmarks, the buildings, go to different spots and zoom into the landmarks to get a different perspective. But at the same time, most of the time, you're not actually going to be shooting in 200 megapixels. You pixel bin down to a 12 megapixel effectively, and if you want the option to, you can increase it to a 50 or a 200 megapixel photo, as we've done in some of these cases. And take a look at some of these photos fully zoomed in. What the Ultra phone is effectively really about though is its zoom camera too. It is an 85 millimeter 200 megapixel sensor with OIS, f2.7 aperture, and 1.4 inch ultra sensing HP0. Natively on the phone, I have the 14 millimeter, which is the ultra wide camera, 35 millimeters, 85, 170, and 230. And some of the examples with how much I was able to zoom was truly impressive. Right now I booked an airport hotel right next to the tarmac, and I'm going to be zooming in to some of the planes that are flying by and showing you not only the image quality, but also the speed that it is able to lock in the focus, stay stabilized, and capture the perfect shot. Something that is also very underrated when it comes to the telephoto camera is its macro abilities. Being able to get up close to a subject, get the crazy details that are almost microscopic in a lot of ways. I find that I use macro photos for something like this, taking pictures of details and textures. But at the same time, you can also find like an insect or a plant and zoom into those details like never before, especially if you have the telephoto lens kit. At the end of the day, this is a phone that you can bring with you around the world traveling. And whether you're doing landscape photos, architectural photos, or portraits, it is able to excel in every single dimension. Something that I really like in particular to the VIVO X300 Ultra and what I've experienced throughout Vivo is that it has a very humanistic and natural look. I feel like Zeiss focuses a lot on authenticity. Having great optics at the end of the day and a great sensor is really all you need. It doesn't have to be over-processed. It doesn't have to be oversaturated. And I found the same experience here with the X300 Ultra like I expected. The photos are exceptionally sharp. They are also very balanced, and they're almost neutral to a way like I've told it to do. At the same time, if you want a stylistic look that is more filmic or more natural, or you want to just go crazy with it, they have that option as well, but I've reverted to just really leaning in on what the camera is able to offer in its most natural and optimized form. You do have the choice though of vivid, refined, natural, sunlit, rich, porcelain, negative, positive, textured, and black and white. But I also feel like there are so many functions and modes on this phone that I just stuck to using the simple mode and jumping between the different focal lengths to capture my photos in RAW and JPEG in parallel. So when I take a look at my day-to-day business, at the end of the day, I'm making YouTube videos, which means I should be filming and using a camera. But when I actually go ahead and analyze how I spend my time, I realize that I'm more so in an admin and a logistics job as opposed to actually filming. So with Lindy AI Assistant, you're able to go ahead and automate many different parts of your admin business just so you can focus on what actually matters. The Lindy AI Assistant lives in your messages, your Slack, your mail, calendar, and it handles the admin so you can focus on the actual work. For example, if you have a meeting coming up that you either might have forgot about or are a little bit underprepared for, it will text you right before your meeting, give you the context, the history, which I think is very important. It sends calendar invites, drafts follow-ups, and reschedules no-shows, and is able to track everything across your calendar and email and ensures nothing slips. It's an AI agent that takes 3 steps of action: ask, act, and anticipate. Whether you need an answer of something, needed to execute on something, or anticipate what you need before you even think about it. Lindy is a way to save thousands of hours, and as someone who spends most of my day at the computer doing the same easy tasks over and over again, I just find that I go down that funnel of distraction and then I realize it's the end of the day already. With Lindy, I'm able to streamline all of those tasks, bring it together, and just by sitting in front and seeing what it has planned for me has made my life so much easier. So if you guys want to go ahead and try Lindy for yourself, I'm going to drop a link down below, and a huge thanks to them for sponsoring this video. So what has my experience been like in terms of the image characteristics on the VIVO X300 Ultra? I will say it does a very good job in terms of balancing the scene. It does lean towards a bit of an underexposure, but there's a wide range to it. And when it comes to the color, I found that the accuracy is definitely there in giving a true to life representation while leaning a little bit on the cooler side. All of the images I captured were in RAW, so they're very easily editable. And generally speaking, there's quite a bit of versatility in that raw data. Whether you're talking about photo or video, this device is able to give you essentially the most data that any smartphone is able to capture. So when it comes to the specs, I feel like I can't ignore that on the VIVO X300 Ultra. It is a monster of a device. You've got a 2K Zeiss master color display with 144 Hz refresh rate, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, a large battery, 100 watts of charging, and all in all, every single possible spec that you could ever think of that makes an amazing smartphone in 2026, this phone will check off. And I mean it better. It costs over $2,000 in some cases. And I feel like even the people that say they need the phone like this or want a phone like this really don't need it, because it is so powerful that to be able to use all of the features to every dimension would be very, very hard. Whether it is the ultra-wide camera, the main camera, the telephoto camera, that might be one thing, but the RAW capabilities, as well as the log video, the extended lenses, there is so much that this smartphone is able to offer that I feel like it is more so for a smartphone enthusiast that is interested in technology and seeing what a smartphone is capable of. I will admit though, there have been so many great phones over the years that the margin of improvement has been relatively small compared to before, especially in the last 3 years or so. The race of ultra phones from the X100 to the X200 to the X300 have seen continuous improvements and evolution between the Zeiss partnership, but it just goes to say that even 2 years ago, it was already such an impressive device. Xiaomi and Oppo are equally doing their part in creating amazing hardware and amazing software and optimizations with slightly different approaches to go along with it. Whereas Vivo, on the other hand, has stayed more true to their design and kept it pretty much the same while just having Zeiss integrated within the camera elements, but instead shifting the hardware focus towards making the lenses more beautiful and authentic. It's really up to you how much collaboration branding you really want. I know for a fact that a lot of people are a huge fan of Xiaomi and Hasselblad, and that might be the demographic for those partnership smartphones, whereas others just want the best phone that the company has to offer, not too much branding, but the technology within when it comes to the camera technology really speaking for itself. So that just comes down to personal opinion. And I mean, even though I haven't had my hands on it, the X300 Ultra's photography kit with the 400mm equivalent, 200mm option, and the grip is honestly the best looking camera grip and collaboration that I've seen so far. It is just an absolute powerhouse of a smartphone. It's not meant to be thin or compact. It's really meant to unleash everything that a smartphone is able to offer with nothing held back whatsoever. The latest Snapdragon chip, large battery, metal design, and strong glass, design details. And when it comes to the camera, even if you think you'll use all of them, you probably won't. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to go ahead and drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and also let me know down in the comment section below as to what camera smartphone you're most curious about right now, and I'll see you all in the next one.